Shepard! Welcome back to the ranks of the living.
It's been a long time, Captain.
Goddess, it really has been a long time. But now we're back on the eve of a triumphant return for one of the finest game trilogies ever, in more familiar terms.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
No, wait, I'm Ash, and this is my favourite series on PlayStation. It's Mass Effect. The Mass Effect series has a special little place in my special little heart. From all the time I've spent bonding with my crew in all the corners of the galaxy I've explored along the way, it's probably best described as a franchise that just feels like home. As much as home can be when it's the entire Milky Way system, at least. We all have those RPGs where we're so dedicated to one perfect playthrough it becomes impossible to make any of the other countless branching choices no matter how many times you replay. And the Mass Effect series is definitely that for me. It does not matter how many times I step foot on the Normandy for the first time again, or the repeated conversations I spend listening to my crewmates' never-changing backstories, or even how often I guiltily look at my little collection of tiny ships and fish in the captain's quarters I've dedicated far too much time to collecting when, the world is ending and all that. I will do it again, the same way, and not feel sorry. And that is not going to change when the Legendary Edition releases on the 14th of May either. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a video celebrating the wonders of Mass Effect in all of their N7 plated glory. And a look at that one choice I always tell myself I'm going to do differently, but just can't resist playing the same way every time. It's a sickness, what can I say? So let's start at the beginning. Okay, no, I mean the middle, since Mass Effect 2 was the very first title I played out of this series, and the one you'll see the most of here since it's my favourite. Oh, and of course, take that as your spoiler warning for this game as well. I don't really have a reason why 2 was my starting point, but it meant my first glimpse of Commander Shepard was of them dying horribly as they asphyxiated in distant space whilst their ship was torn to pieces around them. Jaw open, title card rolling, and wondering what I'd been missing in this science fiction nightmare by being a steadfast loyal fantasy fan previously, this introduction to the journey to the centre of the Omega-4 relay captured my imagination like nothing else. Oh, and then I spent 2 hours designing my Shepard and restarting the game when I saw their face in a cutscene to perfect my character creation again. Don't look at me like that, we all do it. But you know what? I'm glad I did, because it's in personal interactions and conversation that Mass Effect really shines. Shepard is yours for the making, but every supporting character you meet on this long and winding path through the main trilogy makes their mark on this world in incomparable ways. Collecting a squad of clashing personalities from across the far reaches of a given setting is not a new gaming mechanic, but arguably, it is never done better than in this universe.
A quarantine zone for a plague that kills Turians. Why don't we ever go anywhere nice?
Searching space for the most charismatic squad mates reveals Mass Effect's greatest strength, its character work. From everyone's best friend Garrus to the headstrong and capable Tali, from dependable Liara to eccentric Mordin, every single person has a wealth of heartwarming and heartbreaking stories. Ones you'll soon become entangled in as you learn about their colourful pasts, and take them on your own missions where they happily throw their opinions into the mix.
Shepard, this guy couldn't tie his bootlaces, much less fight.
It makes for a constantly shifting and changing experience, with loyalties and preferences all hinging on how you talk to the people around you. Perhaps the one person that embodies that the most for me is Thane Krios.
I was curious to see how far you'd go to find me. Well, here I am.
He is a beautiful, sad fish man that made me go full Shape of Water in my pursuit to romance him in every single playthrough previously. Put out after finding out Jack was not interested in my female Shepard, the spiritual amphibian assassin Thane dropped into my rescue with his big emo boy dialogue, and I found myself very up for having a snog with the frog. Rosie, add him to the video game boyfriend list. After Legendary Edition was announced, a thought struck me that I could do things differently. I could, play the field a bit. Perhaps I'll branch out to Garrus or Jacob or Kelly, or hell, maybe I'll even go for Morinth to really spice things up a bit with the deadliest, coupling in the galaxy. Maybe off the back of that, I could even wing the suicide mission and just see how it goes. Maybe I'll not save Kaidan or kill the Rachni Queen. Maybe I'll play as male Shepard. Maybe I'll just go mad. No, none of that's gonna happen. Just like every other set choice I've made for myself in this series, I will romance Thane again as we are destined to be together, even though my heart has already been broken by how it ends a million times before. That Mass Effect crafts these emotional moments you share with your crew so adeptly, with so many sensitive conversations and touching moments, oi, you can't help but go back and spend time with these fictional creations, is testament to just how compelling this title is. Even more so with how lovingly cringy half of the romance encounters turn out to be when you really get down to the smooth talking, which is perhaps a little too real.
Be alive with me tonight.
Oh Thane, I'll be your see-her, alright? But just to rein myself in a bit here, this isn't the one choice I'm talking about in the title. I have a very strict renegade in the streets, Paragon in the sheets, like the ship, policy on my Normandy. To explain, Mass Effect has a binary morality system in which you can choose the blue path of goodness as a Paragon or the red path of badassery as a renegade, with each leading to different outcomes depending on how you mix and match your colour palette. Outside the ship, I was punching reporters in the face and headbutting Krogans. But inside, I was all comforting conversation and emotional support. I'm not a regular commander, I'm a cool commander, I would whisper to myself after listening to Mordin's adorable science song and feeling like I should launch some mercs out a window.
I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology.
Being unable to resist the Paragon choices was entirely down to how interesting and funny all of the squad mates are. As much as I wanted to play a hardened, shoot first, think later Shepard, there was no way I wanted to alienate myself from this ship of aliens and cut myself off from fully bonding with them along the way.
It sounds like you were designed to be perfect. Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else.
Honestly, talking about this wonderful series just has me excited to return there. The best part about the whole Legendary Edition is that it's been long enough that I'm ready to do it all over again. Mass Effect is this lovely, warm memory nestled in the back of my head, but there's so much in there I know it'll feel brand new again as soon as I step foot in its breathtaking world. The whole experience feels like catching up over a drink with old friends. You know these people, you've got loads of wonderful memories with them, and you can't wait to sit and reminisce about the same old stories late into the night despite knowing you'll suffer the consequences of a banging headache the next day. Only in the case of Mass Effect, the banging headache is an awful drawn-out death for your crewmates that can and will die and never be seen again.
Shepard, it was not a malfunction. This was a trap.
Such consequences in Mass Effect are some of the most beautifully crafted in gaming, with decisions from the first title to the third shaping up your own personal journey through the stars. On an interpersonal level, that means your friends can be wiped out and never seen again, and your relationships can blossom or wither depending on how you treat those around you. But you are also dealing with galaxy-wide absolutes that can be painful to come down either side on. Will you rewrite the brains of a sentient race of robots, or destroy them outright? Will you halt an entire race's extinction at the hands of a biological weapon, or prioritise saving the galaxy at any cost? Which team member will you leave to die, and which will you rescue? The moral core of Mass Effect is ridiculously well executed, with every choice carrying pros and cons that both show themselves instantly and crop up later down the line as well. An obvious decision might carry repercussions you have no idea about, so you can only ever act in the moment as to what you think is right. Whether that's gut instinct, role-playing, or through listening to your squad is up to you. Just be prepared to be faced with impossible moral quandaries that strengthen and intensify every interaction in the series. It gets deep.
Consider, the ocean is full of life, yet it is not life as you and I know it. To survive there, we must release our hold on land, accept a new way to live. So it is with the death.
Of course, it would be remiss not to mention there has been a fair amount of discourse about Mass Effect over the years, but really, a lot of it boils down to there being a gold standard that is hit so frequently throughout these games that when it dips for even a moment, it is torn to shreds. Even in its less praised moments, like the Mako as some heathens would argue, or the oft-debated ending of ME3. Mass Effect has this beating heart of lovable roguishness that ought to be embraced rather than cast out. It's like B-movies, you know? Taking a step back from the seriousness and enjoying them for what they are makes them that much better. And there are so many sci-fi B-movies Mass Effect takes its fun, campy inspiration from, spun out with AAA styling. I mean, I know saving the galaxy is one very big and very important mission, but Mass Effect's undying commitment to the future of humanity is perhaps the best reference point for the games in itself. These are human games made by human people with human missteps that still set your world on fire as you play through them. Also, just look at Shepard dancing and tell me this nonsense isn't just great.
No thanks. I'm happy with just me and the music.
Wow, okay, that was rude. And impressive. This title might be that one choice I always make in Mass Effect, but if I'm being honest with myself and with you, it's every choice. That one choice is simply the choice to play it. My playthrough. Again, the same way every dang time I put it on, as I just can't do it any other way. It's always been. It's not like I'm gonna shoot Mordin just to see what it's like, as if I'm some kind of monster now, is it?
Not yet. Not yet.
Legendary Edition offers a chance for a reassessment of the lesser loved parts of this series, as well as serving up a celebration of all the space magic it cast on fans the first time around. And I, for one, cannot wait to head back out into the Milky Way and make my mark on the universe, carving out the same grooves I've worn into the game previously all over again. The surge of pure joy, sadness, adrenaline, love, fear, excitement that courses through me even thinking about a remaster is almost overwhelming, and so I am truly pumped to see new and old fans alike join together to discuss this incredible franchise all over again. It really is something special.
I like this human. She understands.
In any case, I am just very glad to deliver this video highlighting all of the brilliance of Mass Effect in the first place. After seeing the solid gold heart of this franchise time and again, making the same choices always serves the same reminder. It had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. And there is my heart song of Mass Effect. Are you excited to go back to this world in Legendary Edition on the 14th of May? Are you excited to try it for the first time? Let me know in the comments section below. I've been Ash, and this has been PlayStation Access. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.
PlayStation